Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Evet arkadaşlar, Sherlock Holmes'un yeni oyunuyla birinci bölümle başlıyoruz. Bir sorun var mı oyunda? Buna niye bakamıyoruz?
This mess is getting out of hand. What will the landlady think?
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
İyi ki okumamışız.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Çöpümü inceleyeceğiz.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes. Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
The cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness. Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps
Get
from
the Strand.
Cordona.
Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Glassed. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Aynen öyle.
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Cool, now I can take the day off.
did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
All right, you earned your shilling, that'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears, if you have more shillings.
Come now,
Get the
Mr.
Strand.
Holmes. Murder?
Get your copy
Yes,
of the
Barnes
Strand
has his
here.
quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
Nerede bu gazeteci?
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the
How about
Strand
that
here.
Vogel fellow? He seems rather obsessed with you. Would he do something like this?
Yeni kitaplar şimdi mağazamızda diyor. Sen kimsin lan? Barnes.
Why go through all this scheming to murder you? A spine stuck to the newspaper is hardly lethal.
Ellerinde niye mürekkep var? Yani.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Ah, for goodness sake.
Niye kaçtı lan o zaman?
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes, now will you please?
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How
Yo,
about
mu?
we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a...
Really deep in the... Well, help yourself to any book. Just take...
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor.
Apologies.
Let's find
but
a
I
way to
can't hear
coax
you.
him out.
Please come back later.
The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Köpecik.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Ah, sendin değil mi o? Sendin değil mi o? Bizi zehirlemeye çalıştın.
Basics of cryptanalysis. Cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Kesin bir şey saklıyor ya.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre. The finest view London has to offer.
Kadına mı dedik lan onu?
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Kim bize suikast yapmak istiyor ya?
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Atladığımız bir şey mi var ya?
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
Kapının önünde falan mı acaba?
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I
Mother
imagine so.
cactus.
I merely sell them.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Ne çeviriyorsunuz oğlum siz?
My condolences, Mrs. Fleming.
Mr. Holmes?
Your husband's death. You're clearly still in mourning.
Oh, no. I loved him more than anything, of course, but that was some time ago now. Life goes on.
A lesson we all learn, one way or another. One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time... Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I don't know anything about this, sorry. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes, no, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes.
Onun köpeği için köpek almış kendine
So
muhtemelen.
we see, actually. We once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed... I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder... The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original. I should have worn something warmer.
I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket.
Hadi canım. Bunu mu bulduk bula bula?
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then. So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus and your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes.
So at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the...
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an ex...
Yes, okay.
Patlama limanı sallamış.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming. I'm sure Barnes has had enough of our meddling, Mr. Holmes. We best be off.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be...
So it seems. Forgive me.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. I said I knew just the man to help.
Oh, what?
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery.
It's brilliant.
Oh, good.
Evet arkadaşlar, burada duralım. Bir sonraki bölüm kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Videoyu beğenmeyi ve kanala ücretsiz abone olmayı unutmayın. Görüşürüz. Bay bay.